For soul, we could have gone a couple places, but I thought it didn't make any sense to come anywhere except the Regal Theater here on 79th Street off of Stony Island. The Chicago soul sound's been dubbed soft soul. It was mellower, it was more seductive. They were bedroom jams, make no mistake about it. Dusty's soul would become a huge influence in Chicago later on for people like Kanye West and every other rapper who called Chicago home. There was an original Regal Theater in Bronzeville. Then the Regal moved here, closed for a time, sold to a church, reopened in the 90s. It's been closed for a long time since. When it comes to soul and R&B, in terms of influence and innovation, Curtis Mayfield is the man. You know, came from the Impressions.
People get ready, there's a train a-coming.
An incredible guitar player, a great singer. The music of the civil rights movement, but also the music of the streets. You know, something like Superfly, the soundtrack to a blaxploitation movie, songs like Push a Man.
2 bags, please, for a generous fee. Make your world what you want it to be.
Curtis was talking about drug dealing the way that gangster rappers eventually would 20 years later, but he was never glorifying it. He was talking about these stories of life on the streets and crime in the streets in a cautionary way. And his message was one, ultimately, of uplift. And to be clear, Curtis Mayfield wasn't the only one. Chaka Khan, and I think her work with Rufus, really important.
Tell me something good. Tell me that you love me, yeah.
Earth, Wind and Fire started here, but got the heck out and moved to LA as quickly as they could, as success would allow. Curtis stayed. Curtis was about Chicago. He was about the unique vibe of this city, the working class vibe of this city, the community. There was a lot of gospel music in his sound, just as there was a lot of soul and R&B in the gospel sounds of the staple singers. Curtis played the Regal Theater many times. There's a couple of good Curtis live albums, including one in Chicago. They were never recorded here. But I would say if we want to pick one place that typifies Chicago soul, it might be the Regal Theater. To see the Regal shutter today is sad, but I think that the spirit of Curtis Mayfield and Chicago soul, certainly not soft in any way that matters. I think the spirit of Chicago soul lives on.
Sister,